You might not have been planning on your business's next mid-sized van being a Fiat, but this improved version of the brand's third-generation Scudo, thanks to borrowed Stellantis Group-engineering and technology, might just be good enough to change your mind. Like its design stablemates, it's easy to live with, practical, efficient, and nice to drive. A step forward then for Fiat. Visually it looks pretty similar to its design stablemates, the Vauxhall Vivaro, the Citroën Dispatch, the Peugeot Expert and the Toyota Proace. But to differentiate the Scudo, there's a Fiat-specific front end with a bigger, prouder display of the brand badge. A narrow strip under the bonnet lip links the swept-back headlamps, which in top variants are of the more piercing Eco LED kind. All the cooling's now done by these two lower apertures. With either drivetrain, there's a choice of this short wheelbase L1 version, which is 4.98 metres long, or the long wheelbase L2 variant, which is 5.22 metres in length. With both lengths, you can have a crew van variant with an extra row of seats, but Fiat doesn't offer a high roof option on any Scudo panel van. The main design changes, though, as part of this update, lie inside. Where the efforts made to set this Fiat apart from its Stellantis Group LCV cousins are cursory. Like its design stablemates, this revised model gets a refurbished dashboard with a 10-inch digital instrument display and a now larger 10-inch central infotainment touchscreen. As part of redesigning the dashboard to take this bigger monitor, the designers have also taken the opportunity to enlarge the storage areas around the instrument panel and the center console. There's also this rather strangely redesigned horizontally themed steering wheel, which on this electric model now features brake regen paddle shifters. Otherwise things are much as before, which means quite a car-like seating position with plenty of seat and wheel adjustment. There's the option to heat the front seat and steering wheel. We've got front seat heating here. As usual in this class, a 3-person bench seat is fitted, and if you avoid base trim, there's a load-through bulkhead flap so that longer items can be pushed through from the cargo area. The middle part of the seat can fold down to create a table with an elasticated strap. That's if you avoid base trim. Most dashboard functions are on the central touchscreen, though the climate controls are separated out below. Time to open the twin rear doors out back and take a look at the load area. As usual, you can push the door further back by clicking on these little yellow stays. The cargo bay is 2,512 millimetres in length for this standard wheelbase L1 and 2,862 millimetres in length for the long wheelbase L2, with 1,258 millimetres of width between the wheel arches and a maximum height of 1,397 millimetres from floor to ceiling. Overall cargo capacity sees a minimum load volume of 5.3 cubic metres for this L1 and 6.1 cubic metres for the L2. Now this expands to 5.8 and 6.6 cubic metres respectively when the load through bulkhead facility is used. That's an option on this base spec trim. For reference, a rival Ford Transit Custom short wheelbase model offers a 5.8 cubic metres of carriage capacity without the need for a load-through option. And it can be had with a higher roof too. One reason you might still want a Scudo in diesel form relates to payload. And sure enough, the diesel model panel van's payload figures, they do look decent, varying between 1,121 kilograms and as much as 1,384 kilograms, which is one of the highest figures in the sector. Now, this electric model is limited to a payload of between 915 kilograms and 1,263 kilograms, depending on the variant you choose. Diesel model panel van gross vehicle weights vary between 2,830 kilograms and 3,100 kilograms. This test electric model has a gross vehicle weight of 3,100 kilograms. EV variant panel van gross vehicle weights start at 3,011 kilograms. The towing weight on the diesel is 2,000 kilograms for the 1.5 and 2,500 kilograms for the 2 litre. With this EV, the braked towing weight is limited to a tonne. Not all contenders in this segment provide a sliding side door on both sides of the vehicle, but this Fiat does. Its aperture is 1,241 millimetres in height and 935 millimetres in width. As for running costs, well, the 1.5 120 PS diesel variant now returns up to 44.8 miles to the gallon on the WLTP combined cycle, with up to 164 grams per kilometre of CO2. The 2 litre diesel with 145 PS manages up to 38.7 mpg and up to 191 grams per kilometre as a manual, or up to 39.8 mpg and 186 grams per kilometre as an auto. If you're looking at this full battery version, you'll want to know that the 75 kilowatt hour battery can be DC recharged from 5 to 80% in 45 minutes at a 100 kilowatt public charging station. If you're AC charging on 7.4 kilowatt wall box, we'll need 11 hours 20 minutes for a full charge, which you can reduce to 7 hours 20 minutes if you pay Fiat extra for an 11 kilowatt charger and connect to a 3-phase supply. Fiat vans have a much higher sales share in Europe than in the UK. For the Italian brand's slice of our market to increase, the company needs product quality in depth. Expect borrowed Stellantis Group-engineering technology to provide that over the next few years, and this improved version of the 3rd generation Scudo demonstrates just how useful this will be in extending the reach of the Fiat Professional LCV network. There's nothing really here that you couldn't also get from the Peugeot, Citroën, Vauxhall or Toyota versions of this same mid-size design. But if for your business a Fiat Professional garage is more convenient and offering a better deal, there's the peace of mind of knowing that you're buying your business a state-of-the-art product. In the mid-sized van segment, going for an Italian just got that bit more appealing.